Well, hey everybody, it's Angel, and you may recognize this lovely woman by the name of Gina Gannon.
Hello.
Welcome to another edition of Exploring in My Explorer. And today we're just going to have a little chat with Gina, see what she's up to, and get to know her a little bit better.
First of all, I'm honored to be here because I watch all of your videos and I'm always like, oh, I love knowing this about that person that I didn't know before.
Isn't that funny? Like, that's the whole point of this. Like, we work with all of these really interesting, fun, great people, but when we watch them on TV, we don't always get that inside scoop.
And I love knowing people's stories. That's what I find so fascinating. Like, how did they start in television? Were they intending to even be in television?
Exactly.
I just love hearing all of that. So I love what you're doing. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Sure.
First of all, where can we find you on social media?
So everything is just at Gina Gannon. Make it really simple. Gina Gannon. Could not be any simpler.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you said you wanted to get to know people and the inside scoop and how they got started in television, because that's my first question for you.
Perfect. Okay. So I was someone who knew as soon as I was able to form words that I wanted to be on TV. I would always watch television with my mom, and I just remember a time when the people on TV would make the people around me feel good. Like my mom, like I remember I would rush home from school to watch Oprah, and it was 4 o'clock, and I was like, Oprah's gonna be on, Oprah's gonna be on. And we both felt good. We were so happy to watch Oprah. And I remember even with the news, my mom would be like, I just love what she's wearing. And there was just something about these people on television that everyone around me was just like, I love them, or oh, I want to know more about them, especially QVC, since my mom has been watching it from when it started. You know, there were people on there and she would say the same thing. Well, they told me to do this or to get this. So I feel like I saw that relationship and I was like, wow, I want to make people feel good. And I sort of always felt that. That was just something that never went away for me. So when I was kind of thinking like, where am I going to go with my life? What's my path going to be? I decided to go to college and major in communications because I thought, how else am I going to break into television if I don't get the education? So I went to Temple University, have my degree in communications, but what I did, which really helped me.
As do I.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Oh,
anyway, yes. We're friends outside of work, so you know.
We are. Actually, I love her. She's like one of my best friends. So I love her.
I love you.
So I was like, you know what? I need to really just, when I have something in my head, I just go for it all the way.
I love it.
So many people were like, oh yeah, you're going to make it in television. Like, I'm from Northeast Philadelphia, okay? My parents, they're not in the industry. We didn't know anyone in the industry. So I'm like, how am I ever going to break in? I mean, people would laugh at me. They'd be like, okay, Gina, But that was just more fuel to the fire that made me say, watch me. So my last semester at college, well, actually my last 2 semesters, I interned locally at NBC 10. And this was during the recession when everyone, was losing their jobs. I mean, I was at NBC 10 and people who've been there for 30 years lost their jobs. Yeah. So little Gina Gannon coming in there, how am I ever going to make a name for myself or even get a job? So I remember I was interning on a show at the time. It was called The 10 Show.
The 10 Show, I remember that.
I loved that show. It was so great to be part of that. But so anyway, I was guaranteed when I graduated a job on the 10 Show as the audience coordinator. And it was going to be a 1-year contracted job. I was told, congratulations, Gina, you got the job. But it no longer exists anymore. So if I could throw a lesson out there, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
That's true.
Because Gina did not send resumes out anywhere because I thought I'm a shoo-in.
Right.
Lesson learned.
No.
So I graduated college with no job, but I thought I was going to have one. So I actually had 7 part-time jobs.
7.
7.
All at once?
Yeah, because they were all part-time. So it was kind of like I worked, Sundays this day. They were all in the media field.
Okay.
So I thought if I could get in somehow, that could help me. And so I was on the it was called the street team at NBC 10.
Okay.
So we'd go to events. I did that for PHL 17. I did that for 97.5 The Fanatic. I was working at my dad's optical store. I was working at Wills Eye Hospital on their street team.
I mean,
I did so much. I had an agent. I was doing jobs with her.
Wow.
Till I eventually one day I just decided in the summer, I was like, I'm not working. I need to be doing something toward a goal
Right.
of being on television.
Right.
And so I actually went in unannounced to NBC 10, and I just went to the news director and I said,
Sorry, I just turned the car off because it was loud
getting
to
loud?
me.
Okay.
So yeah, anyway, we're keeping the car on for heat
Yeah, 'cause we're
because it's a little
cold.
chilly today. But I'm sorry. So
That's okay.
you got it.
So I went in there and I just said to the news director, hey, listen, like, I'm struggling. I don't have a job. I was guaranteed a job. It fell through. Is there anything you can do for me? I said, I'm not asking you to give me a job, but I have a job in mind and I was hoping you could help me with it. I said I would love to be a traffic reporter. I think I have a lot of the skills. I knew for me that I couldn't be a reporter
Okay.
because I felt like a street reporter. I get very emotional.
Yes.
So I just didn't know if I could
Some of those
handle that.
stories, yes, some of the
So-
stories are so awful.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I thought traffic is good. I know my way. I'm from Philadelphia. I know my way around. And so I started training to be a traffic reporter.
Okay.
And then that summer I became an NBC 10 shore traffic reporter.
Wow.
And then from there I became a traffic reporter for a local station called Tango Traffic. At the time it was a 24-hour station. That brought me to doing traffic locally. And then I was also doing traffic on an app for LA, San Francisco, and San Diego.
Oh wow.
All from Malvern, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Then from there, I made the trek to QVC, and it's just been a dream come true ever since.
Yes. How now you started with Chaz Dean.
Yes.
And now you're representing food.
am.
Delicioso.
Delicioso.
Delicioso
Exactly. It
foods.
means delicious. in
Delicious.
Italian.
Yes.
Yeah. So I started with Wen in 2014. I was with Chaz and Wen for 5.5 years. Love that man to death.
Me too.
Love the line.
So sweet.
Still a Wen girl. Will always be a Wen girl. And
She has the best hair.
Oh, thank you.
My goodness, the best hair.
And I just, recently decided to make a career change.
Nice.
Always been a foodie, love food so much. Like, we both share.
Yes.
We love going out to eat together.
Yes, she really does eat. I
Yeah.
swear. I can assure you, she does eat.
You're funny. And I love dessert too, which is funny that I actually sell dessert because Delicioso, their line is all about 5-star white glove restaurants, white tablecloth restaurants. We deliver our food to only those restaurants or to QVC. So what I like is that people get this sort of extra special gift of having Delicioso right to their front door.
Nice.
Because you couldn't get that otherwise. But I really love it.
Absolutely.
And then I also work at 6ABC.
Yes, and you do food segments for them
I
as
do,
well, in
yeah.
addition to a bunch of other things. She was just in the Thanksgiving Day parade for Channel 6 right here in the Philadelphia area.
Thank you. It's a dream come true. When I was on that parade float, I literally had a moment where I just started to get emotional, and I thought, I'm from Northeast Philadelphia and I'm on this float. People are waving to me. I'm waving back, and I'm thinking, I grew up watching this station.
Isn't that amazing?
How am I even here now?
Dreams do come true.
Honestly, and
Yeah.
I feel like I am a testament to that. And I every day say that I believe in dream, believe, achieve.
Yep.
Because everyone has a dream, but I feel like you have to believe that it will actually happen for you to see results.
That's right.
Yeah. Because if you
Absolutely.
don't, it's just a blank dream that you're
Yeah.
just maybe daydreaming.
Yeah.
But for me, those things are real.
Yeah.
Why can't they happen?
Exactly. Why can't they happen? And that's one of the, not to talk about me for 1 second, but that's why on my social media, I always put a positive post every morning.
Yeah, I always appreciate that too. I
Thank
always
you.
feel like I get something out of it, or it's something
Thank
that I
you.
need to hear
Like,
on that particular day.
Isn't that funny how that works?
Yeah.
I get a lot of comments like that because I believe, you need to believe in yourself and you need to feed your mind positivity.
Like we were talking about earlier, because
Yep.
it's easier for your mind to go in that negative space.
100%.
And so to stay positive, it's such a good thing. So I appreciate
Thank you.
that.
Of
Sure.
course, of course. So we are in the month of December.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any family Christmas traditions that you love to celebrate?
So every time as soon as Christmas, December, or the holidays come around, we always have on television National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh, I love it. I love
That's
it.
such a big thing. My dad and I literally recite it word for word.
Yeah.
I love when he's like, I don't know, Margot. Like, there's so many lines in that movie that are so good. So that's something that is a huge tradition that's always on. I also love going to the Shady Brook Farms light show.
Nice.
I used to always go with my girlfriends. Now I go with family too. And it's just nice. I feel like that gets you in the mood so much. You put a little B101 Christmas music on while I'm going through. It's so nice. So I love doing that. Yeah.
That is fantastic. So
you.
what, give me 2 other things that you love to do in Philly around this time of year.
Eat and eat. So I love going out to eat.
Yes.
And, you know, Philly has so much to offer in terms of fantastic restaurants. I mean, we have so many James Beard award-winning restaurants. There's just endless possibilities in Philly. So I love just checking out a new restaurant. Sometimes I'll even go to like a couple in a night where like I'll get an appetizer here, I'll sit at the bar here. And I just love doing that because in Philly, there's so many great restaurants at your disposal. So
Yes.
I just love enjoying a day in the city and just having an adventure and seeing where the day brings me.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I also, of course, I have a lot of inside information about Gina because we are dear friends,
Yes.
but I do know that there is one charity that you are so involved in it. You even have it on your website. And what is that charity and why are you so passionate about it?
So I am a board member of an animal advocacy group called Mums and Mutts. It's mummers helping mutts. So
If pause for 1 second. If you're not from the Philadelphia area,
Yes.
we have a tradition. It's been 120 years. I think I just saw a commercial on New Year's Day. The mummers strut down Broad Street, and it's a competition. They design and make their own costumes. A lot of them perform or dance. There's all these different categories, and it's on the television all day long on New Year's Day in the Philadelphia area.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's a big group, and so we really wanted to be affiliated with such a big group that does a lot of good in the area. So what we do is we raise money through donations, fundraising to help local shelter animals. So we're not a shelter or a rescue in any way, but we raise funds so that if we hear that, oh, a shelter's on the verge of closing, or oh, you know, an animal came in, or a dog, for example, and they were emaciated. They need all this vet care. We raise enough money that we can say, here's a $10,000 check, or here's $2,000, whatever we have. We raise money in order to give. So I love being a part of that because I'm a huge animal lover. I'm a board member. I mean, my dogs are my life. I love my little babies. So any way that I feel like I can give back and help, I always try and do that. We're doing a holiday donation drive too, where we go to local shelters and we drop off all the donations that we are getting from people of blankets, dog food, towels, just all necessities that for us, we just sometimes we take for granted.
Fantastic.
But at all these shelters, they need it so much. Yeah, so
that's awesome. So what is it again?
It's called Mums and Mutts.
And is there a website?
Yes, mumsandmutts.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But thank you. And I love seeing you at QVC. And I'm so happy to be selling Delicioso and working in food because now I see her more. So it's just great. And listen, you know we love some Delicioso, some delicious sfogliatelle.
Sfogliatelle. I know I got to get that. Oh,
you have to get that. It's so good.
She handed me one day in the hallway, warm.
I made sure. I was like, Angel, this is for you.
To die for. To die for.
How awesome that you can get it now at home. You don't have to go to those Italian bakeries. But again, that is a dream come true. I mean, everything I do in television, on Channel 6, on QVC, I pinch myself.
That's awesome.
Because I feel like I'm so proud and happy to be living my dreams. So it's an amazing thing, and I'm so proud and beyond blessed and grateful for it.
Awesome.
And for your friendship.
Wow. I love you.
Love
I
you
love
too.
you so much.
Thank
you for tuning into another episode of Exploring in My Explorer. Stay tuned for a new episode, and we'll see you next time.